Good evening. The hour is late, but I'm your host for this broadcast. I am presiding elder, Reverend Dr. Earl J. Griffin Sr. I serve as the presiding elder of the Monroe District in the Louisiana Region Annual Conference of the Christian Methodist Episcopal Church. I'm here this evening to let you know that the hour is late, that we must now act with all deliberate speed to plan, prepare, to cast our vote on November 13th to ensure that the Lincoln Parish Public Library remains in operation, that its budget can be funded, that our children, our seniors, our young adults, our low income residents, those who are in social organizations and groups such as the Boys and Girls Club may have a place to go and access the internet, discover new information about the world, have a place where they can just go and read a book, read a novel, read a children's magazine, get on the computer, do research. Even college kids can do research and homework for their education. I'm asking you this evening, do not allow this vote to pass you by. I want you to know that the public library is one of the most sacred spaces that we have in our communities. I was reading an article in the Humanities magazine online, and Jennifer Howard wrote this article entitled The Role and Significance of the Public Library. And she talked about the complicated role of the public library. She indicated in that article that there aren't many truly public places left in America. We can go to malls, but malls don't exist to educate. Malls are spaces where people sell things. Museums discourage loiterers. I want you to know that coffee shops are good, but you've got to be able to buy a snack or a cup of coffee. You've got to be able to participate in supporting that particular building and that particular business. But the public library is one of the last vestiges, one of the last places where we can actually go and find somewhere that we can just rest, relax, learn, and enjoy. Most shared spaces require money or a certain social status to access. People, Jennifer says, are important, and the library is important, and it's been proven over and over again that it is important because it supports the well-being of the citizens of a community. Libraries have proved over and over again through decades of rapid change and predictions of obsolescence that they remain essential to Americans' lives. The library provides an important thread to a community's well-being and health. I remember as a small child growing up in Grifton, North Carolina, my mother took me to the public library there. When I was able to read, I discovered the world as I read history books about Paris, France, about the Great Wall of China, about the pyramids in Egypt. I was read about the Mayan culture and the Native Americans and other ethnicities and cultures, all in the library at no cost. It was a safe space that my mother could take me. She was the mother of 13. Her and my father worked diligently each day, trying their best to provide for their children. And one of the things my mother really insisted upon was that each of us receive a good education. And so then that library became my babysitter. Those books that I read caused me to dream and imagine a better life than the life of poverty I had been born into. The library and its books and its workers there created hope for me, because as I saw others rise as reading autobiographies and reading the great leaders of the world and their pitiful beginnings, I too determined that I would be one that would also excel and go high in life. I wanted to see the world. I vowed after reading all those books that one day I was going to see the world. I was going to be where the Champs-Élysées was and where the Eiffel Tower was. I was going to the Great Wall of China. I was going to Asia and Africa and all of these places. I was going to see the world. All that came from the importance of the library in our community. The library is more than just books. It is a place where dreams are born. And I believe that if we do not pass this legislation on November 13th, we are setting a course for the dark ages. We are setting a course to go backwards rather than forward. We are denying some child access to opportunity, access to the internet, access to the socialization that occurs within the library and its programs for the young, its programs for Grandparents' Day, its programs for Daddy and Daughter Day, it's programs that support a community cohesiveness. Who would ever vote against such an important and signal public place, a public space where children are welcomed and are protected? I encourage you to vote yes on November 13th. Early voting is over, and I trust if you voted early that you did support this measure. I dare say that if we lose our Lincoln Parish Library, the lives of many low-income, at-risk children and their families will suffer. And we're asking you for your support. We're asking you to think about that. Imagine that for many teens and young adults, and especially those from underprivileged backgrounds, are without computer access at home, the local branch of the library affords them the opportunity to access the internet. They are the customer base of the public library. It functions as an on-ramp to a better life for them, where they don't have to pay, they don't have to join, they don't have to be initiated, they don't have to be hazed. They can go to the public library and stay for hours, as I did as a child, reading and discovering and learning and laughing and quietly, of course, and smiling and talking to the secretary or the librarian there, getting research information, getting assistance in finding the different types of material that they're interested in. I'm telling you, we need the Lincoln Parish Library. And then, in fact, having public libraries are about equity, about access to opportunity for people of all socioeconomic stratuses. of all income levels, of all backgrounds, of all ethnicities. The library, the public library, is a space where all are welcome. The library, you see, is about people and people's well being. Sky Patrick, who is the director since 2016 of the Los Angeles County Library System, says the library is not about books, they're about people. In Lincoln Parish, if you care about people, if you care about our children, if you care about our grandparents, you will vote yes to this millage renewal tax. I want at the end of the evening on Saturday to lay my head on my pillow and smile because the people of Lincoln Parish responded overwhelmingly. Yes, we want to keep our library. I'm urging my constituents in the Christian Methodist Episcopal Church and other religious denominations, do not stay home because we're not voting for the first Black vice president or the first, Black president or anything of that significance, but go out on November 13th and vote yes. It is a vote for your children and your children's children's future. I salute those of you who have voted already. I commend you and I thank you. But the countless ones who are waiting on November 13th, please vote yes for this renewal tax. We need this funding. We need our library. We want to set a precedence that every community should have a public library. God bless you this evening. Thank you for listening. And I trust that you have heard the clarion call. We need you to vote yes. I'm the pastor of Lewis Temple Christian Methodist Episcopal Church in Grambling, Louisiana, on Main Street, 301 Main Street. Feel free to call, stop by, get in touch with me, and let's discuss this between now and the 13th of November. I'm very passionate about libraries because they have meant so much in my life. And I know that they mean a lot to the children in our community today. Parents, let's rise up and vote yes for the renewal of the library millage tax in Lincoln Parish. Good evening and God bless you is my prayer. See you soon.